Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I know these guys are exasperating. I think their lack of self-awareness is really imbecilic. I don't know how to call it. Really, I don't find words. I will have three articles here, an article actually and two other pages that will show you how idiotic this individual that I'm going to feature in this article is, and that is the Lithuanian president. I'm sorry, I have nothing against Lithuania, I have nothing against Lithuanian people, but with this kind of statements, you tell me, how should I take it? Like bravery? Right, here it is. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda, and this guy, who's the Lithuanian president, says we. This is the most important, the key word is right here, we. We have to cross all red lines in military aid for Ukraine. You know what it is? So he says, we have to send Ukraine everything. Everything. But who's we? Why not we, like we the Lithuanians, we NATO, we who? We and the Americans, who's we? Let's see if he's going to provide details on that. Gitanas Nausėda, president of the Republic of Lithuania, believes that Ukraine's allies have to supply Ukraine with all the military aid, including weapons that Ukraine needs. So this is a quote from Mr. Nausėda. For me, it is absolutely clear that we, I would like to know precisely who we is, must cross all the red lines, otherwise we are wasting time. People are being killed and tortured every day. Deporting children is a common thing and is bombing infrastructure. Looking back, we lost time because we hesitated for a long time to make certain decisions. In the end, we came to these decisions anyway. I know you said something and did something else, but too late and at a very high cost. We have to be very decisive because we are dealing with a very dangerous aggressor who knows no borders. Do not expect them to ever stop. If they succeed, they will always keep going, he said. I don't believe this. We have no evidence to support your claim, but nevertheless, let's give it to you. When asked whether he thinks Western jets should be included as part of the military aid for Ukraine, Nausėda responded in the affirmative. Yes, some countries are already supplying other types of aircraft. Airspace is an important element in this war, no shit. And to be able to defend it effectively, we need aircraft and more air defense systems. This is important not only for Ukraine, but also for our security, he said. Good. Nausėda noted that Germany has rethought its approach to military aid for Ukraine, which caused other countries to ramp up their support as well. And I'm quoting, many red lines we had drawn ourselves have been crossed. Germany's decision is a positive signal not only for Ukraine, but for all other NATO allies, he added. Previously, Nausėda said earlier that it is necessary to find precise mechanism for Ukraine's rapid integration in NATO, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this guy, we, all right? Let me give you a little story, and then I'm going to go to the other pages, two of them that I have to show you who's what is Lithuania, and I'm going to compare it with another entity, okay? So, I don't know if you guys, when I was younger, when I was a kid, you know, I used to be in a kind of like, you know, a group of people, and we were fighting other groups of people, okay? So in the group of people, we know who was the strongest one and who was the weakest ones. So you knew the physical abilities of each guy in the group, right? Like in the army. So sometimes when, imagine that you are in this kind of, you know, and you have to fight the other group, and you plan how we're gonna beat them. And you got the weakest, like, yes, Lithuania, the weakest in the group, suggesting that we have to attack them frontal. Yeah, man, I think we should go frontal and kick and fight them. Do you mean you or we? Like I have to go over there? You know, you're planning how to get them. You plan a strategy, but the weakest comes like, Let's do it like the most forcefully, forceful scenario. But you're the weakest. What are you talking about? The heavy lifting is going to be on me. And on Gigi, on Antoni, and in Mikey. You, Lulu. But he comes with, yeah, let's go frontal. Let me tell you a little joke. It was an elephant and a mouse. And they were crossing a wooden bridge. And when they're crossing, doom, 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 the elephant was making noise. And then the mouse told the elephant, hey, do you like how strong we are, how big noise we're making? No, it's not we. He is making the noise. But the little guy says, we are making so much noise with our walking, man, yeah. When it's the elephant all the way. So the same, Lithuania is we. We need to cross all red lines. Who are you? Lulu? Pong? Who are you? But he's we need. Why don't you cross it first? Why don't you cross it first? Why don't you go and put some military, your army over there? I know you got some weasels over there, but anyway, why don't you send your whole army? And see that red line, if you cross it and how strong you are, what's going to happen? I think this is going to happen. The Russians are just going to turn over and they're going to be like a piece of nothing, just squeeze you like that. All right, don't even have to acknowledge, my bad. So let me go and show you as a proportion who's this Lithuania, okay? Lietuva. I've been to Lithuania. I've been over there in the European Championship. Ha ha ha. Tra-la-la. Let's move. All right. So I got this article. It's from Wikipedia. Easy. Lithuania. So this is Lietuva. Let's see where it's located. Okay. So it's a little country right here. You see, by the Baltic states, the noisiest plus Poland, and they want to challenge these guys, right? Like we. Not this country right here. Right? This is Ukraine, this is Moldova, this is Romania, this is Poland, this is Germany. So it's you know what I mean? Anyway, so let's go back and see the population, because there might be a lot of them. So we find out first that 5% of who live in Lithuania are Russians, 1% Belarusians, 6% Poles. All right, so let's go back to the population. And the population is right here. Estimate it is 2.8. So 2,840,000 people, all right? So that's the 137th state country in the world out of 193, I think they are, right? So this is 2.8 million people, 2.85, let's be nice and generous, give them a few, okay? Them about 10,000 people, right? So this is these guys, this is the we that they were gonna bring on to the table. The 2 million people. So the army probably is three tanks, 1 airplane, and 5 bicycles. That's what it is. And then let's go to this one by comparison, right? Moscow. Well, let's go to Moscow. And we find out that Moscow total population is 13 million, and the Moscow metropolitan area is 21.5 million. So only in Moscow there are already almost 10 times bigger than this we country. What are you talking about? Are you high? I mean, you see, these guys who are promoters of war and they're weasels, they gotta be smacked. And they have the biggest mouth. That's why I'm thinking the Russians are very much irritated with these guys. Not with the United States of America, which, in a certain way should have the right to voice its concerns and push people around, because it's the biggest, like Russia, like China. They have a different club. You don't get all these little 2.85 million people talking like, oh, we're equal. What the hell are you talking about? You see, but we have to cross all the red lines. Emil, yeah, Lulu, what do you want? I think we should go frontal and just fight them. Okay, if you start and we follow you. Mommy, did you call me? I think my mom called me home. You. The same with Lithuania. You do it first. My man. Cross all those red lines and see where that's gonna get you. Can I only imagine? So this is it, my friends. Yeah. very courageous. I don't think this is courage, because over there he started saying in the allies. So everything is the allies together because we're strong. That tells you they're strong. That tells you they're courageous. Always courage, not always, but in general, courage is in numbers, right? No, it's singular. It's by yourself. It's solitaire. If you're strong, you're alone. You don't need help from other weasels. If you're weak, you try to get other weasels, so numbers shows strength. If you're alone, you're enough for yourself. You know who you are. You don't have to, oh, let me show you my biceps, my triceps, my all that. Then I don't have to do that. Let's go. So anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Can you tell Mr. Palustis, Palanonis about the red lines? Or, all right. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Red line.